Here are some designer items I once really wanted and I'm so glad I did not buy. I think a lot of us can relate to this one. I don't think it's ugly, I just think it's very dated. You know exactly what era this was from. I think the worst though was like the tri-colors where the little things on the sides were different colored and the minis were better. I don't think I'd wear the mini if I'd gotten it, but it's better than this big one for sure. I also just don't like big bags in general, but that's just a personal preference, and I will never treat a big bag with respect. And I just don't think the price is worth this. Like, I would much rather get a different bag than this one. So I'm glad I didn't buy it. This Fendi puffer. I saw a girl wear this at my school and I was obsessed. I was like, I love this coat. She was wearing it on this side. And the first reason I'm glad I didn't buy it was because it's tacky. The other big problem is, where would I wear this? I would have worn this to school if I was still in school. This is something I would have worn to class, but I can't wear this to the office. I also don't see myself wearing this to the supermarket or to a nice dinner. I'd rather wear a black cashmere coat. Where would I show up in this? I just can't imagine choosing this puffer over anything else in my closet on any given occasion. And I don't mind tacky sometimes, but this is a bit much. I think it takes a certain person to pull off this much tackiness, and I'm not that person. Okay, these Balenciaga sneakers are so like 2016. To be honest, these were the very first things that came to my mind for this list because I was so close to buying these sneakers. I remember back then in store they were around for like 500 euro, I think. Okay, and to be honest, when I went back to find the screenshot, I looked at them and I was like, I actually don't think I would have regretted buying them. I mean, I'm glad I didn't buy them, but also I still think they're really cool. I guess the problem is that like for this style of sneaker, I'd rather go for Jordans or even like the Jordan Dior collab. If those ever were found on any website for under $10,000, I would love those. These are cool, but I wouldn't say they're worth it. So I'm like somewhat glad I didn't buy them, but I also would have worn them if I had them. Last is these Saint Laurent heels. This was another shoe that I was very, very close to buying. I'm glad I didn't, even though I actually really do like these shoes. I just don't think they're worth it. Like, I don't mind spending a lot on designer items because a lot of times I do think they're worth it or they're special enough or the quality's good enough or something, but these are just way too simple for the price. I just don't see I would rather spend more on a different pair of Saint Laurent heels than get these ones. These are just a little too... I'm glad I didn't buy these, but I do think they're nice. I feel like people wouldn't agree with me on this opinion, but I just don't think they're worth it.